Hello there people, this is Bruce or nintenbruce here, back again to give you a few more tips on Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels Plus. And this time we're up against Lewis and his Cloudians in the preliminary round. Now for those of you that don't know too much about Cloudians, the majority of them follow a basic rule set. The bad side of this rule set is that they can't be destroyed by battle no matter how hard you try. They also have a lot of horrible effects if you allow them to gain their fog counters. These effects range from destroying your cards on the field to even hacking away at your hand. And with these fog counters, the more Cloudian monsters that are on the field, the more fog counters are going to appear, which is horrible. He's also got a spell card called Cloudian Squall, which constantly generates fog counters for every face-up monster. Very, very horrible, nasty effects. Now, on the plus side, most of them have extremely weak attack, so if you can cause battle damage, then brilliant, it's usually going to be a hefty amount each time. And also, if you run things like Enemy Controller or even Book of Moon, then that's quite handy, because if they're in face-up defense position mode, then they're just instantly destroyed. Now I know Book of Moon puts it into face-down defense position, but if you flip it up with an attack, then again it's instantly destroyed. Now, with all these effects, he relies heavily on these fog counters and just ruining your hand and field. So if you run something like Skill Drain, then brilliant, he's only going to be left with things ranging between 500 to maybe about 1400 attack, which is lovely. Speaking of which, if you don't run Skill Drain but are rather partial to King Tiger Wenhu, whose effect is for any monster that's summoned with 1400 attack or less is instantly destroyed, is brilliant. So definitely run that. I mean, in terms of to counter you, all he's really got is Mirror Force to stop your attacks, destroy your monsters. Everything else is just like a negation, like Dark Bribe, Spirit Barrier and Sanctuary in the Sky rather, to negate battle damage. He's got Books of Moon just to stop you temporarily. He doesn't have much destruction bar his effects of Cloudian monsters. So yeah, take advantage of that. If you run a deck where, for example, as you see here, the Light Swans, where when certain things are summoned it can just destroy things, then brilliant, do things like that. Dark Arm Dragon, Celestia, I'll let that ball be in your court, you guys will know what I mean by that now. And if you're heavily into Synchros, then Ally of Justice Catasta definitely helps. Black Rose Dragon just to blow up the field and start afresh. Yeah, there's tons of things you can do. In a nutshell, if you just run a basic beatdown, so you're just relying heavily on attack and cutting through the opponent with sheer force, it's not going to happen. You've got to have some sort of negation and destruction, otherwise he's just going to swarm the field and ruin you. But yeah, that's really about it. So like I say, run that support where it turns them into defense mode or just negates effects in general. So I've already mentioned Skill Drain, there's Forbidden Chalice as well. Run your own field spell cards, or field spell cards rather, if you're inclined with that sort of deck to get over his Sanctuary in the Sky. The only other beat stick that I haven't mentioned yet is he does have Cloudian Typhoon, I believe it was called, which has 3000 attack mode. 3000 attack. I'm jumping the gun here. And when it attacks, it can change the battle position that you're in, which is horrible and nasty. But like I say, you get to negate these effects, then brilliant. You're going to have an extremely easy time cutting through him. So I'll let you guys watch the rest of this round, which is practically wrapped up now. But as always, pop your comments and thoughts in the section below. Let me know if I've missed anything or if you've got any other hints yourself to help out others having a bit of trouble. And until next time guys, you take care and I will see you again soon.